Welcome to RE Uncut. Our daily shows are powered by CoreLogic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au.
My guest this week, Michael Sheargold, michaelsheargold.com, all the great news on the event that's coming up in September, Coach the Coach, at Michael's website, michaelsheargold.com. There is a link on every one of the programs for this week with Michael. Back in a moment as we help you up your skill level to become a coach. Michael, back with me in just a minute.
In today's market, great ideas alone simply aren't enough, but innovative execution can hand you a real competitive advantage. Nightlight is a cutting-edge illuminated signboard by Printforce that offers round-the-clock visibility and features that maximise advertising space, improving your exposure. Buyers can now see the full picture day or night with Nightlight's edge-to-edge illuminated surface, which utilises environmentally friendly, scratch-resistant technology. Nightlight is as versatile as you need to be in today's market.
Michael Sheargold, my guest this week. Michael, yesterday at the end of the show, you tempted us by saying more about this tomorrow. Scans, what's that all about?
Well, it's actually not scans. I mean, I like the idea of scanning for performance. This is actually about scam. So that's a double M on the end.
Okay, double M, scam.
So what this is about, Kevin, is that people, without even recognizing it, they can be scamming themselves. And one of the things that a great coach has the ability to do is start to uncover what could be the scams getting in the way of great performance. So, I think I've spoken with you before about stinking thinking, or,
Yes.
a level of thinking that doesn't empower someone to get on and do it.
Yes.
Limiting beliefs, things that are holding us back as opposed to having us move forward. So SCAMMs, Kevin, stands for stories, cons, assumptions, meanings, and mindset. So these are the scams that we actually have in our life. And by the way, not just in real estate, but this is actually broader than this in terms of just in life. And when we start to look at this, well, okay, what story am I telling myself? No, someone tells people them stories, will say, okay, after I've listed and sold 50 properties, then I'll be a great agent. Well, that's a scam. That's a story you're telling yourself. And all of a sudden what you've got is, well, what's going to happen for the first 49 people that you're selling for? So watch that one. Cons. A con is where someone said, but look, I just can't get to the meeting on time. You just need to understand, I'm not good at time management. They're just too tempting to con. And what they attempt to do with stories and cons, I will tell you the story so often, Kevin, that you will start to believe my story. And a good coach recognizes it as a scam and then say, hang on a tick, and doesn't necessarily say it's a scam, although we do ask in our coaching process, would you like hard, medium or soft coaching? And people go, look, I think I want hard coaching, but how hard is hard? And it is this ability to literally say, well, okay, what are the stories going on? And occasionally I give a maximum in a coaching session of 5 minutes for a story. And occasionally I'll get 2 minutes into a story and say, I got it. And they go, no, but there's more story. I said, I know there's more story, but I've got it. What we want to do is move beyond that, because this is the thing that's holding you back. And whilst ever you hold on to the story, you're not going to be able to release a new level of performance. So stories, cons, assumptions. I assume that I'm too young, I'm too short, I'm too tall, my educational background, I've just got these assumptions going on. Or I assume if I'm competing against this other agent, then I'm definitely not going to win the business. Well, it's a very defeatist attitude that some of these assumptions can make.
They're very limiting, aren't they?
They're incredibly limiting. Now, there's a positive side of this. There's great stories you can tell yourself. There's great, cons. You can say, well, okay, here's what I'm up to. There's some great assumptions you can make. But if you've got the wrong ones going on, it's going to be super, super difficult to realize that new level of performance. And I think a great coach has the ability to start to uncover these and help someone put these aside and replace them with a more effective way of doing it. And I talk about this in Coach to Coach. It's a bit like sand at the beach. If you take out one of these, you've almost got to replace it, because the sand will actually come back in and fill up the hole. So we don't want to leave a hole in terms of our beliefs or, our this. We want to replace it with a new one that is far more empowering and gets us to where we want to go. And then the final two, meanings and mindsets. I've seen people that Kevin, if you look at me in a particular way, Kevin looked at me in a weird way. What does that mean? And I'm making stuff up in my head. I'm making it mean. And as human beings, we cannot not make something mean something. So the challenge with that is we're sort of in this meaning making mode. So the question is, what meaning are we making? Are we making a meaning to say, this is amazing and there's an opportunity here for us to take advantage of? Or, are we making a meaning to say, oh yeah, you're right, that's the way it goes? And there's a whole process there of starting to unlock it. The beginning of this, though, is to help people understand and increase their awareness and acceptance of these particular issues they've got. And finally, mindset. I love the model of fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and the ability to lean into a growth mindset where you can start to see possibility, you can start to take greater ownership, you can start to forgive people, you can start to let go of grudges, and be in that mode of being present time. And one of the things I think a great coach does is make sure their coaching relationship is very much present time. So, if there's an issue with a client from my point of view with coaching, I've been coaching for 2 decades now, Kevin, I will move towards that and say, hey, we've got to get clean energy going. Because if we don't have clean energy in our coaching relationship, that's going to have an impact on us heading in the right direction. And in some situations, one of the challenges that I think that some of the leaders who are tuning in and listening to this will have is that they've got some carryover story or carryover con or carryover assumption or a meaning or a mindset that they might actually be part of, and they've got to release that and create and almost reset that coaching relationship to be able to move forward.
Like what you hear? Well, go to Michael's website, michaelsheargold.com. Check out the Coach the Coach, which is coming up in September, a 9-week or a 9-part program. And we'll tell you more about that again tomorrow when Michael is back and we lift your skill levels as a coach. Michael Sheargold then. Thanks, Michael. See you in the morning.
Thanks, Kevin.
The Daily RE Uncut show is powered by CoreLogic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au. Realty.com.au is where you will see all our shows. Real Estate Talk, The Property Show, Auction Update and of course RE Uncut. We are the home of property.